I'm in love with her. But, and then we have the stars of the hugely successful Canadian TV show Kenny vs. Spenny, which can now be seen in America on GSN. Kenny Hotz and Spencer Rice are here. They're national heroes in Canada. And right over here, next one to the next one to the next one. We're back. My next guests are the stars of Canada's hit television show Kenny vs. Spenny, which can now be seen in America on GSN, the network for games. Please welcome Kenny Hotz and Spencer Rice. Yeah, this is Kenny Spenny. Kenny Spenny. All right,
correct.
Now this show's a huge phenomenon in Canada.
Mega huge.
Mega huge. Explain the concept of the show.
Well, the show is basically a show about two childhood friends.
You guys are childhood friends, yeah?
Actually, our fathers were friends as well, and we've been competing our whole lives, and every episode is a different competition.
Okay, and you're serious about these competitions.
Oh,
you each are really trying to win, and these are not your normal competitions. Let me list some of these.
Please don't, Conan.
I'm going to. Who can sit on a cow the longest was a competition that you two had.
We're hoping that becomes an Olympic event, actually.
Yeah. Now, how does that work? I mean, can't you just, a cow's pretty stationary. You just both sat on a cow for like 6 weeks?
You would actually think that sitting on a cow was totally cool and easy, but the reality is they're very dangerous beasts and they run faster than humans.
Right.
But Spenny wanted to have his parents in the show, so it was the only way we could squeeze them in.
That is incredibly cruel, and you, especially considering that your parents grew up as friends.
Yeah.
You are a bad man. We're learning. Well, who won that competition?
He did.
Okay.
Basically, he took a toy barking dog and he threw it under my cow. My cow freaked out. It lasted about 20 seconds,
and you were
fell
thrown.
off the cow.
So you're allowed to do things to try and win that are not legal, I guess. So there are no rules for sitting on a cow.
Let me just tell you, Spenny calls it cheating. I call it, being devious, cunning. A diabolical genius.
Right.
Can I say something here?
Yes.
If you have a 100-yard dash,
right,
and two men are running,
right,
who is the winner? The man that runs faster, or the man that takes the sledgehammer to the other guy's knee?
The guy with the sledgehammer is probably going to win, because once his knee is out, you win.
But I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
Because,
now, what about this competition? The first one to use their arms loses. What was that?
Yeah, that kind of sucked. That was like a 4-day competition. But in the
you're not allowed to use your arms in any way.
Our arms were tied to our sides, and
tell him what you did.
Spenny got a little pissed off because I actually tied a midget to me, and which was great because he was sending on my emails, answering my calls, and made me, macaroni and cheese.
So it's kind of like Master Blaster in Beyond Thunderdome. You had someone operating things for you.
And he also had this pair of pincers, and he was like attacking Spenny with them. But you know what? Is that cheating? Everybody, come on.
If it's not specifically, if you weren't specifically told not to use a little person.
There's no rules.
Well, may I?
Yeah, you're allowed to. You're being way too polite. Yeah, I can tell you're from Canada. May I speak? On the talk show, may I please?
He is cheating, frankly. But sometimes he outsmarts me. I'll admit that.
All right.
But sometimes he is cheating. And the point of our show is to show who is the better guy in these competitions.
Right.
And when he crosses the line, we don't get to that point.
Okay, answer this one. Sperm count competition. How did this work?
Again, luckily my brother's a doctor.
Yeah.
So we both had to produce a sample, and whoever had the highest sperm count wins. But again, Spenny got a little upset because I taped a picture of his grandmother in the waiting room, and he had a hard time producing Conan. But I win. I won.
Now, what happens if you lose the competition? Are there consequences when someone loses the competition?
Well, you know what? You should let Spenny answer that because he's a little more familiar with the consequences.
I give you permission to speak.
I actually do win sometimes. They're called, we call them humiliations.
Yes.
And they're exactly that. Because he won, or if I win, we choose we choose a humiliating act for the other.
So what was one of the worst humiliations that one of you had to go through?
For me, he had me tied up and whipped by a transvestite dominatrix.
A transvestite dominatrix?
Well, actually, he said worst, Spenny.
Yeah.
No, that was pretty bad.
That was bad? You didn't like that one? So,
It was creepy.
He was creepy. And was he really whipping you? That sounds rough.
He paddled me. He had me tied up. It was horrible.
He paddled you?
I don't want to talk about it.
And yet it's the area I most want to discuss. Wow. Now, this is all fun for now. You guys are young guys, and you've been doing this for a while. When you're 55, 60, 65, and you've got a midget strapped to you, and your bottom's being paddled, is it going to be sad? Or do you think...
It already is.
Oh, it's sad now. Okay.
Spenny's already 53.
Right.
So.
Right. So it's going to be.
Yeah. This is a horrific nightmare that we're trapped in, and we're praying to God that someone just ends it for us immediately.
I've known this idiot my entire life, and as long as I live, I will try to prove that he is lesser the man than I am.
And he's still trying to prove it, everybody.
Right. All right. Well, this is
Yeah,
you two are trapped in your own private hell. Then this is fascinating, and the beauty is that you managed to get it on television.
Well,
And
the beauty,
obviously, following my example,
Yeah.
when you're trapped in your own private hell, share it with a lot of other people.
I think the real beauty is that lying and cheating can actually get you on Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, that works. I would hope there'd be a higher prize. I would hope there'd be a greater reward, but no, that's
Me
what you
too.
want. Look for season 2 of Kenny versus Spenny on GSN, which I guess they used to call the Game Show Network,
Yeah.
but now it's GSN. And check out their online interactive game, Versusville. It's called Versusville?
We have a 3D online first-person shooter game, and we're also on Showcase in Canada.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks so much for coming
Conan,
on.
we love you so
Keep
much.
up.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you. Kenny Hotz, Spencer Rice. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Well, folks, that's our show. Stay tuned for Last Call with Carson Daly. And thanks to all my guests. Bye, everybody. Bye.